Hello and welcome to 4th episode of Personal Selling and Salesmanship. I am Garima Surana and the subject expert of this episode is Sabiha Khan, would continue with the distribution network relationship. In the last episode, we discussed the factors that affect choice of distribution channel. To continue, today we will discuss in detail the various channels of distribution. The term channel of distribution is used to refer to various intermediaries who help in moving the product from producer to the consumer. There are varieties of middlemen and merchants who act as intermediaries between producers and the consumers. Channel of distribution are not only concerned with physical movement of goods, but also their promotion, selling and marketing control. Channels of distribution are the most powerful element among marketing mix elements. By developing a sound distribution system, a company can carve out a niche for itself. They make it possible for the consumer to get the goods when he wants, thus creating a time utility. Distribution channels help movement of goods from one place to another, thus creating place utility. They bring goods to the consumer in convenient shape, unit, size, thus creating convenience utility. Selling through wholesalers and retailers has its advantages and disadvantages. Manufacturer use this option when the manufacturers has financial resources to take up marketing functions, large production levels, consumer buys in bulks, long product line and constant demand. Selling direct to customers. Historically, it is used for industrial products, but now with the advent of online sales, this trend has taken over the conventional ways of distribution. But to achieve this status, the organization has to restructure its distribution strategies to logistic strategies, which will lead to agile network distribution network. Let's observe some major channels in distribution network. For consumer products. Producer-consumer. Here, product is sold through their own salespersons without any middleman. Producer-retailer-consumer. Here the merchandise require elaborate outlets and are sold in bulk. This channel is suitable. Perishable products and products which are used every day require this kind of arrangement. Producer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. It is the most traditional way of channel distribution for consumer goods. Here the size of retailing institutions is small and widespread. A wholesaler is essential to coordinate with the retailers. Also, this type of network is used when the products require balanced or equitable distribution. Producer, agent, retailer, consumer. In place of wholesaler, the producer may have their exclusive agents, and at times retailers are also absent in the system, then agent act as retailers. This is primarily gives more control in the distribution network design. Producer, agent, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. This is only an extension of the above described channel and is needed when elaborate distribution arrangements are required. For agriculture products, there are a large number of brokers in the distribution cycle. These brokers perform various functions on their own, like assembling sellers to wholesalers. Over a period of years, cooperative societies have taken a leap in distribution network. For industrial products, producer industrial users, manufacturers of machinery prefer to adapt this channel in order to avoid unwanted expenditure on transport, insurance, etc. Producer, industrial distributor, user. Here the user cannot access the manufacturer for accessory equipments directly and have to contact the distributor only. Producer, agent, user. Lack of own marketing department will lead to have agents placed all over in the distribution system. Producer, agent, industrial distributor, users. It is a combination of producer, industrial distributor, user and producer, agent, user on the basis of geographical factors. After exploring various aspects of conventional distribution networks, let us focus on the types of channels of distribution. The channels of distribution can be broadly divided into two categories: direct channel, indirect channel. Direct channel. This is the shortest channel which a producer can adopt for distribution of products and services without any middleman or a merchant. Usually a producer chooses direct channel due to the reasons mentioned below. If buyer prefers direct marketing, if competitors follow direct marketing, if firm has sound financial resources, non-availability of suitable middlemen, if firm has marketing expertise. Under direct channel of distribution, the manufacturer can adopt one of the following methods of selling. Selling at manufacturer's plant. This is also known as direct selling. It is one of the earliest, easiest and cheapest methods of distribution. Under this system, goods are sold by the producers directly to the consumers. Direct selling is preferred in case of perishable products. Door-to-door selling. Manufacturer employs a number of salespersons who approach the prospective buyers in person and try selling the product. These salesmen moves door to door to sell their products. Usually this method is adopted to promote new products and popularize existing products. Mail order houses. They receive orders from customers through post and goods are also dispatched through post. This is also known as shopping by post or teleshopping. Multiple shops. Producers open their retail shops for selling products directly to the customers. There is network of branches situated at different localities in different cities or across country or continent. These shops are owned and managed by manufacturers themselves. Under indirect channel of distribution, the manufacturer takes the help of various middlemen like wholesalers, agents and retailers for the distribution of products and services. Wholesalers. The wholesalers are those merchants who act as an intermediary between primary producers, manufacturers or importers on the one hand and retailers, industrial users or consumers on the other. The wholesaler buys the product in bulk from the manufacturers for the purpose of selling in smaller quantities to the retailers. The wholesaler himself does not produce the goods. They engage in exclusively buying from manufacturers and selling to retailers. American Marketing Association has defined wholesaler as a business unit which buys and sells merchandise to merchants, industrial, institutional users, but does not sell insignificant amount to ultimate consumers. Characteristics of wholesalers. He is a vital link between producer and customer. He usually deals with few kinds of products. He does not display his goods but presents samples to intending buyers or prospects. He operates in specific areas usually determined by producers. Functions of a wholesaler. Assembling. The wholesaler buys the product from different manufacturer and assembles them in his warehouse for the purpose of selling. Storage. The products assembled and kept in the stock by the wholesaler are distributed in desired quantity as and when desired by the retailer. Wholesaler ensures proper storage in order to save goods from deterioration and also to make these goods available whenever required. Grading and packing. The wholesaler sorts the goods according to their quality and packs them in appropriate containers suitable for sale to consumers. Transportation. Wholesaler makes arrangement for the transportation of goods from warehouse to retailers. Financing. Financial assistance like credit facilities to retailers are also provided by the wholesaler. Risk bearing. Wholesaler takes the risk by taking ownership of the goods. They also assume all risks of failure to sell goods and of change in prices of goods due to change in demand. Thus, wholesaler bears all trade and financial risks of the business. Services of a wholesaler. The wholesalers render a number of services to producer, retailers and consumers. Let us now discuss these services under separate heading in detail. Services to the manufacturer. Provide valuable information regarding the needs of the consumers to the producers. The wholesaler knows the level of demand of the consumer. He places orders to the manufacturer accordingly. The wholesaler sells goods in smaller quantities to large number of retailers scattered all over. On the other hand, manufacturer gets the benefit of large orders. The wholesaler takes the burden of storing large stock in his warehouse. Financial services like advance payment is also rendered by the wholesaler. Give suggestion and valuable information to manufacturer as he is in direct touch with the retailers regarding consumer behavior, their specific tastes and trend in the fashion. Services to the retailer. A wholesaler purchase in bulk, thus release retailers from purchasing large stocks. Financial assistance like credit facilities are provided by the wholesalers. Retailers are short of capital and they also have less storage space. Wholesaler helps the retailers in both the ways. He stores for retailers and provide credit facility. Retailers get prompt delivery from wholesalers. Allows trade discounts to retailers on bulk purchases. Wholesalers are the link between manufacturers and retailers. Services to consumers. Enables consumers to buy goods as per their taste and fashion. Consumers do not face storage of goods. Wholesaler buys in bulk from the manufacturers, thus facilitating large-scale production. Mass production reduces the cost of production, thus benefiting the consumers. Through retailers, wholesalers provide valuable information to the consumers regarding the new products. Thus, wholesaler helps consumers in familiarizing with the products. Retailers. Retailers are the final link in the channel of distribution between producers, and consumers. The American Marketing Association defines retailing as activities involved in selling directly to the ultimate consumer for personal, non-business use. Retailers sell varied goods in small quantities to the final consumers. Retailer is one of the important intermediaries in the chain of distribution. Society expects the retailer to supply the needed goods at a convenient place in suitable quantities and at a reasonable price. For consumers, it is expensive and troublesome to purchase directly from the producer. For the producer also, it is expensive to sell goods directly to the consumers. Characteristics of the retailers. Retailers are the direct link between wholesalers and consumers. Retailers purchase goods in large quantities and sell them in small quantities to the consumers. Retailers usually deal in variety of merchandise and are often known as general merchants. The area of operation is limited and small. Retailers perform the task of advertising. Functions of the retailer: provide convenience to customers. Retailers establish their shops at convenient places where consumers have direct access. Offer goods in any quantity to the consumer. Consumers are provided with a wider choice as retailers keep variety of products. Retailers offer free expert advice. Home delivery, liberal exchange facilities are some of the services provided by the retailers. Retailers undertake sales promotion activities through window display and counter display. Types of retailers. Itinerant retailers are also known as mobile retailers. They do not operate from fixed business premises. Sellers move from place to place to sell goods in smaller quantities. Some of the itinerant retailers are hawkers. These types of retailers are commonly seen in villages and towns. They move from door to door in residential localities in order to sell their goods. They carry goods on bicycles and handcarts, selling daily and cheap products. Peddlers carry little stock either on head or back and move from house to house in residential localities. Street vendors are also known as street traders or pavement retailers. They usually display their products on streets and pavements. Cheap jacks are retailers hiring small shops in residential area and selling articles like utensils, ready-made garments. They usually sell articles till customers buy from them. When there are no customers, they shift to other localities. Stall holders, popularly known as market traders, hold stalls at periodic market on market days, which may be once a week or once a month. They sell cheap items of daily use. They move from one market to another in search of business prospects. One price shop. Under this type of retailing, usually low-priced items which are in constant demand are sold at uniform price. Fixed shop retailers. Fixed shop retailers are those retailers who have shops of their own. They can be classified into two categories: small-scale fixed shop retailers, large-scale fixed shop retailers. Let us now discuss in detail the two types of fixed shop retailers. These type of businesses are often called independent retailing because they are independently owned. They are easy to set up. They are also known as unit stores. A small-scale retail shop may be a general shop dealing with wide variety of goods or specializing in a particular line of merchandise, or may be a single line store mainly dealing with one kind of merchandise. Broadly, they can be classified into 6 categories. General stores. These stores are located in the residential localities, and often such retailers are known as general merchants. They usually deal in groceries. In addition, they sell other ration items. Specialty shops. These shops specialize in particular line of goods. For example, instead of selling all garments, these stores sell children wear. They are centrally located in towns and cities. Single line stores. These stores are situated in residential area and deal with only single line of merchandise like books, shoes, cloth, etc. One price shop. These shops are located in busy shopping centers. These shops sell small articles at uniform price. There is no bargaining between the buyer and seller. Street stall holders. Such retailers operate on small scale shops erected in busy markets. They buy in bulk from wholesalers and sell in small quantities to customers. Second-hand good dealers. They deal in second-hand goods like books, ready-made garments, utensils, etc. Advantages of small fixed shop retailers. Convenient to customers since they are located in residential areas. Provide personal service and attention. Offer credit. Provide home delivery. Easy to manage. Easy to set up. Disadvantages of small fixed shop retailers. Limited financial resources. Unfair price competition from big retailers. Lack of expertise in selling, buying, displaying, stock control, etc. Large-scale fixed shop retailers. There is emergence of large-scale retail organization. Some of the prominent large-scale retail organizations are departmental stores. Are stores located at central places. It is usually divided into number of departments, and each department specializes in particular kind of product. They offer widest possible choice of products. A departmental store provides all the requirements of the customers. They extensively use sale promotion schemes. The major disadvantage is it involves high cost of operation, and since they are located centrally, people living in distant areas find it inconvenient to buy daily household items. Multiple shops is a network of retail shops established by manufacturers to popularize and promote the sale of their own product. They sell directly to consumers without any intermediaries. It is very convenient for the consumers. Chain stores is chain of departmental stores dealing in diverse products. It refers to group of stores handling identical merchandise with single ownership and scattered locations. The chain store may be variety store if it deals in variety of goods, or it may be specialized store when it deals in specialized goods. All the branches are centrally located and thus economies in buying are secured. A chain store system represents centralized buying combined with decentralized selling. Mail order houses receive orders for their product from public through post, and goods are also dispatched through post. It is usually known as shopping by post. Orders are received either by registered post or value payable post (VPP). The seller advertises in the newspapers, magazines, etc. Form orders are also attached with such advertisements. There are various types of mail order houses. General mail order house sells a variety of goods by mail through the aid of catalog advertising. Specialty mail order house deals in one particular line of goods. Manufacturer's mail order house sells directly to consumers by post without any intermediary. Wholesalers mail order house sell their product directly to the customer. Individual mail order house, where individuals sell small items by mail. Service organization mail order house, where banks, insurance companies, etc. deal with their customers by post. Supermarket is large-scale retail institution specializing in necessary and convenience goods. It generally deals in food and non-food articles like groceries, meat, fruits. The customers do shopping themselves, picking items from rack and moving from counter to counter. Consumer cooperative stores is a retail business which is owned by the consumers themselves. Consumers form a society to manage the business and thus profit shared is distributed themselves in proportion of their contribution. The society purchases in bulk and avail discounts. Hire purchase trading house is a form of trade in which credit is granted to the buyer on the security of a line of goods. An agreement is made between buyer and the seller that the former will take possession of the goods sold by the latter and shall make payments in installments at regular intervals. The owner lies with the seller until the final installment is paid by the buyer. Vending machines are operated by inserting a coin and buyer can get articles automatically. The articles are pre-packed and labeled. Advantages of large-scale fixed retail shops. Benefit of bulk purchase. Cheap price. Effective advertising and selling. Develop and promote their own brand. Expertise in selling. Disadvantages of large-scale fixed retail shops. Away from local market, thus lose local customers. Do not provide personalized services. That's all for today. Let us quickly summarize what we have learned today. There are varieties of middlemen and merchants who act as intermediaries between producers and the consumer. There are two kinds of channels of distribution, direct and indirect. We also discussed their advantages and disadvantages. We will learn about selling process in the next episode. Till then, take care and bye.